Good morning, fellas. How are we doing today? Dude, anybody here in the chat already? You guys are a real one. I had to go live today kind of early. It's currently 10 a.m. for me. I usually go live at noon, but otherwise I would have been able to make a stream today. So you know what? Better early than never. That's not a phrase. We're coining it. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the plans for today. I do have the alt account I can kind of shiny hunt on over here while I do stuff on the main, but I need to get set up on the main first before I can dedicate myself to side shunting as well. So I'm hard preparing and hard training Pokemon for raids today. That's going to be the goal. So we're going to head over to our sort of UTs and our keep area in our section. We're going to set up my inventory to go ahead and start some Eevee training. I want to Eevee train at least 5 Pokemon when I do so. I might do some XP training. For example, I know Metagrosses, the main Pokemon, like there's the big three that I think are the best Pokemon for raids, or were the best Pokemon for raids during the test, were... Now I'm blanking. Metagross, Reuniclus, and Sableye. Those three. Metagross, Reuniclus, Sableye. I think that these Pokemon were the best Pokemon for raids during raids. So I want to get these guys nice and strong. But even then, I only have what? Like, I only have one Metagross here. One Metagross, in my opinion, is not enough. So what I'm probably going to go do, first things first, we're going to go breed a bunch of Pokemon. So let's go ahead and we're just going to turn this whole stream recap is basically going to be a raid prep guide and basically be a, hey, physically I'm going to show you, and this is how I made all my raid Pokemon. So let's go ahead and put everything away and get started on some breeds. Okay, this is why I thought that I had more. This is why I thought that I had more Metagrosses, because I have 5 Beldums in my cell breeds that need to be like kind of rebred. They don't have nature or anything like that. And then I also have 2 other Beldums that are a decent nature and usable over here. So I technically have a lot more than I realize. What's over here? Ooh, there's some... Why is this in the... These are in the wrong box. These are in like random egg breed box, but these all have IVs and stuff. Same with this. Wait, why does everything in this have an IV? Oh no, do I have to sort through this box? This box was supposed to be, this is 8. This is just random. There's 3 times 31 cloister there. What is happening? I'm sure so many people are watching and being like, this fucking idiot, dude. He has so much Pokeyen, he doesn't even realize that he loses like 2 times 31s and 3 times 31s in his boxes all the time. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. This is hilariously usable, I'd argue, even though it's 31 speed relaxed is kind of counterintuitive, but it's enough in my opinion. And we're gonna move this over to keep. Is this careful nature? Oh, that's so funny. This needs to be sorted through and fixed, honestly. But let's go ahead and figure out if we can find some Pokemon. Hasty is like honestly usable in my opinion. Usable, it's usable-ish. It's obviously not great. Usable, especially for raids and like PVM activities. Now, none of these are usable in my opinion, unless you're going special attack and everybody don't have IVs for it. So let's go ahead and grab some of these and try to fix some of these breeds and get a nice nature onto them. What if I were to go ahead and grab like this, for example? Do this. Let's just grab multiple of these breeds and see if we can fix them. Caught you on the way to my red battle yesterday. Respect the grind. Yeah, dude, I was doing some ×5 Onyx and Larvitar hordes off stream because I was doing the podcast with young Cabbage. Dude, I can't wait for that video to come out. I really recommend you guys check it out. That was a super fun experience. I super underestimate, I mean, I just love yapping, right? I super underestimate how much I love just like sitting and talking to another person about PokeMMO for like an hour. I feel like I've got to capitalize on that a bit more, maybe do my own, and I've wanted to do my own podcast for a long time, and I'm really glad young Cabbage stepped on and did his own, but I might have to start my own or do something similar to that every week or so, because I feel like there's just so much potential there, and I had a lot of fun. It was just a blast for me personally. I want to do mostly XP training and stuff today and Eevee training, but I gotta go fix these breeds. I think it's just ridiculous like how much XP training I have to do, and I know that like if I have this much XP training to do, I'm sure you guys have a ton of XP training to do as well during this time period. Like it's just gonna be ridiculous leading up to raids, how many level 100s, level 80s and stuff like that like people are gonna need. So I'm trying to prep ahead of time as much as possible. I've been saying it once and I'll say it again. Right now is the best time to be playing, because when you're playing during a downtime in a market or any game, you're going to have the biggest benefits once it actually picks back up, you know? When people talk about buying low and selling high, this is the low. This is the low period, but it also is the hardest to buy at the low because people are the most unmotivated to play, which makes total sense. There's less people being active right now than usual. But let's just go ahead and try to fix this Beldum first things first. So I'll walk up to the PC. I'm looking for a Ditto, I think. I don't need the 31 speed because that's the thing I can brace over from the Beldum, which is super nice. So these actually shouldn't be that expensive to fix. We'll go ahead and see. Like, this is Careful. I think Careful is usable. I might go ahead and pick that up. It's really good IVs. 18k. It's not super cheap, but that's fine. Another Careful for 18k, but that one doesn't have a 31 IV to possibly roll. Let's lower some of these. So that one might be for that one. Let's lower some of these to like 20 plus maybe. This one needs 25 plus though. I do want that one to keep that if it already has 25 plus. This one I can go 20 plus on the special defense. That lowers things drastically down to 5k for that Careful nature. I really like Careful on the Metagross because Careful essentially allows me to go like 2v2. It allows me to do 2v2 HP, 2v2 special defense, and then do iron defense to make up for the defense during the actual raid fight itself. Oh shit, yo, Ginger Matt himself came in and said to check team chat. Dude, congrats, Ginger Matt. Hatching the alpha, the shiny Eevee, the Sheevee. When was this hatched? 6:34 a.m. Dude, like 4 hours ago. Congratulations, man. That's amazing. A day on shiny, rare shiny Eevee. Congratulations, dude. 20 to 21 months that took you to hunt. Show some perspective for how long to egg hunt like that takes. Yeah, check the particles. I saw the one pumpkin particle, but is there... Oh, you went for all of the limited... Oh, okay, so for those who don't know, shunts like this, you have to breed all of the Eevees with these particles preemptively because these particles are like limited. You can only get them from defeating the bosses during that year. So like this says boss reward for defeating the pumpkin. That was in 2021. Post that, you have to breed them on with that particle effect on it to get it. And the for example, let's go check actually. A male shiny field egg group with that particle is going to be so ridiculously expensive. So let's check like field, gender male, shiny. Here, let's check the, what's it called again? Let's check one of these. Let's check the oldest one, the Pumpkid treat. Let's do particle, Pumpkid. Let's try to, is it alphabetized? No, it's ordered by, there, Pumpkid's treat. Shiny alpha field, male, Pumpkid's treat. Cheapest one is 155 mil. Now obviously it's an Oshawott, but like it goes to show you how rare. This guy did the same thing. Like you have to pre-plan particles like this for your shunts, and then even getting them on all your 300 or 400 Eevees before you do it is ridiculously difficult. That is an insanely, it adds so much difficulty to the shunt that goes super undernoticed in my opinion a lot of the time. I really appreciate saying how long it took. It's really tough to see people put their crazy shinies in chat and think they just got super lucky / didn't work for it. It's being a streamer, I get desensitized, and it's amazing like how many like amazing shinies I get linked to me every day. And for me, it's like 15 seconds to click that shiny. But dude, it took that person 20 months, you know, like it's so important to keep that in mind and remember that every time you see someone link a shiny. Okay, back to our Beldum breeds though. So what I would do here is I would go ahead and Everstone the cheaper Ditto down here because this one doesn't need, this one like can low roll a little bit. This one's fine, but the other one I want to keep 25 plus on. So I can go ahead and do this, go grab, I probably need 2 or 3 speed braces here. Aren't they all speed? Yeah, I'm gonna grab 3 speed braces then. Put a speed brace on this Beldum. We'll go ahead and go carry out this breed to go ahead and get it hatching. So 31 speed, 20 plus in every other stat that it needs. Careful nature, that's good enough for the raids. We'll take it. I do need to grab a flame body Pokemon as well. All right, here's our second Beldum breed. Really similar thing. We do have a chance to roll a 31 defense though, which is pretty cool. 20% chance. 25 plus in every stat that it needs. 31 speed, careful nature, we'll take it. Grab the egg. Okay, last Beldum that I want to breed for now, possibly. I might end up breeding more. Honestly, we'll see. If I could get 5 Beldums bred up, honestly, that's probably fine. Let's go ahead and... yo, early stream is nice. Hey, Pat, have you tried leveling and breeding Breloom for profit? Never again. Shit takes too long. I was about to say I actually wouldn't recommend it. Only because, like, level 100 Brelooms are worth good money. but for good reason. Level 100 Breloom is the slowest Pokemon, or one of the slowest Pokemon in PokeMMO to level up. It has fluctuating XP rates, so it needs 1.6 million XP, where like most Pokemon only need like 800k to 1 mil. So like you literally, like leveling up a Breloom to level 100 would be like leveling up a Chandelure to like 150 or something. Obviously not exactly mathematically, but you know what I'm saying. Like it's a big difference. I would recommend Meowth. Now, Meowth is really good to level. If you want to level something for profit, I think Meowth is quite good because people want level 100 Meowths for payday pickup. And like the cheapest one, this is even like, yeah, cheapish. The reason why is because you have to make sure you cancel the evolution. So if you have like a XP reamplifier, you could level up Meowths pretty easily and make good profit. They only need a million XP, which is solid. And then what's it called? But then you have to either have an Everstone and XP reamplifier, or just if you miss canceling an Evo, you're losing out. I don't think people buy these. You lose out on so much money. Level 100 Persians are not worth as much. So just keep that in mind. Okay, final Beldum breed. I'm just going to look for 20 plus with 25 plus attack. This was listed 1 minute ago at Brave Nature. I want to keep the 31 speed. So Brave Nature is a little unfortunate. Calm's not usable. Calm, not usable. Relaxed. Don't really want to go for that. Sassy. I don't want to go for a minus speed nature if possible on these. It's kind of why I like the careful or whatever on these. Calm, not really usable. Honestly, none of these are that good. Honestly, I don't hate Brave, but it is funny with 31 speed. But it's such a price difference. But let's see, what are the other? Relaxed, bold, lonely. I think the ideal nature for the raid ones ends up being careful. What's the cheapest next careful one? Let's see. If I were to search up careful, 12.5. Do I want to pay? I'd almost rather go Brave. In raid, I don't know if I'm outspeeding anything in raids. Anyway, I don't know if the speed will actually matter. I'm gonna go the Brave. It's kind of funny, but I'm saving a bit of Pokeyen. And honestly, I'd rather make, if I have 2 carefuls, do I really need a 3rd careful? Probably not. It's kind of good to have a little bit of variance. So we're gonna put the Everstone there, the Speed Brace there. Go ahead and head over to breed these. So for those who don't know, I'm breeding a bunch of raid ready Metagross at the moment. I am going to have to Eevee train up all these up. I mean, I have a lot of Eevee training and leveling to do in preparation for raids. Now, it's possible I'll need all of these Metagrosses to actually beat the raids, or it's possible I'm going to have a bunch of extras prepared, and then I can just go ahead and sell off the extras and make a lot of profit, because selling off raid-ready Pokemon during raids, as opposed, like, I'm going to hold on to these. And I honestly, like, if you're a new player, if you're a new to intermediate player, the best thing you can do right now, the money-making hack, is to just prepare a shit ton of raid Pokemon, and then once raids actually release, then you sell them all. It should be pretty consistent. Now, there's a chance that raids don't release for like a year or some shit. That shouldn't happen. Like, it should be pretty consistent to where we should see them within June or July, in my personal opinion. I could be wrong, obviously. I'm gonna go ahead and look for hidden ability Sableyes. Like, I'm gonna buy up Sassy, sure, pretty much any hidden ability Sableye, especially at these prices. I'm willing to also go ahead and buy and start breeding these up. Hidden ability Sableye was another one of the best Pokemon during raids, but you need hidden ability access. I kind of want to buy like 6 of them. These all need to be bred though, so let's go ahead and get that going. I can go ahead and pick up this Ditto. This is actually fantastic. 6k for this is actually so good. So I'm essentially going to brace. I could actually Everstone the Sassy Nature. I think it might actually weirdly be worth it, just because I could high roll both the HP. So I'm going to be bracing the defense here, getting 31 defense on the Sableye for sure. I am going to Everstone here. I would normally never, ever, ever, ever recommend Everstoning at the beginning of a breed. It's so weird and risky, but this is one of those weird situations. I'll show you what it looks like, where it's 31 defense. It could high roll HP, HP and defense, but it's unlikely, but it could. And then even if it doesn't, I have to Everstone one more breed. Since tank breeds, you only need 3 stats, HP, defense, special defense. It's actually not that atrocious to go ahead and Everstone here. So I'm going to go for it. Worst case scenario, it's like a waste of 6k. I don't need to pay for gender, so let me do that again really quick. But yeah, I think it's worth it here, but it's an interesting situation. All right, for our next Sableye, we'll start off with something simple because they're asking for something spooky. We're gonna go ahead and pick that up. We're gonna go pick up an HP brace over here. Then we're going to just breed that as is. This is a really simple one. Basically getting a 31 HP put over onto our Sableye, keeping that defense 26 plus. And then we'll fix the special defense after. And then if it happens to roll a good nature, that's cool. If not, you know, that's fine as well. Boom. How many Pokeballs do I have left? I always make sure... Okay. Always make sure you never run out of Pokeballs while breeding, because then you start consuming, like, Great Balls and other weird things. And that can become a huge problem. Here's the Beldum. Didn't high roll defense. That's obviously totally okay. We're going to move him over to our keep. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Beldums there to Eevee train, which is pretty cool. And then our Sableyes. I want to have 5 Sableyes, I think. This one needs to be bred. So let's breed our third one, and then we might buy 2 more to breed. Okay, someone in chat called out to get egg moves on Sableye. And you're not... If I was breeding them for PvP, you definitely want Recover. I'm honestly not going to spend the time and energy on it, which is kind of silly. Like, Recover is obviously very, very good. The problem is... in raids, you actually don't want Recover. You actually like want your Sableye to die, usually. Usually you're bringing your Sableye in to set up Light Screen, Reflect, and like a Will-O-Wisp against a physical attacker, and then you want it to like die or like switch out or something like that to be able to bring in a Pokemon. It's a support Pokemon you lead with to like help your team set up. So I'm not going to worry about that here, but if you want to be able to like dual operate and dual use your Sableye as also a PvP Sableye later down the road, you should breed Recover on it for sure. Quash is super useful for raids, in my opinion. I've got to look into what Quash does. Where is... It's not even in an egg move, to be fair, so we can always learn it later down the road. Is Quash actually a thing? Someone said Quash is a really... Is this a D's nuts joke? What's the bit here? Quash really good for raids. Quash, level 30. Suppresses the target and makes it go last. It's an interesting option with Prankster, honestly. That's a cool thing to keep in mind. Okay, final Sableye. I'm actually going to pick up this one for 5k since it has the chance to high roll the HP. Very, very similar breeds going on here. I'm going to go grab a special defense brace. We're going to special defense brace the Ditto. I'll show you guys what this will look like. Very simple breeds. Tank breeds, once again, are when you only need 3 IVs, it's just super simple. We're going to hope for a high roll here on the HP. If not, it's totally okay. Defense, 27 plus. 31 special defense. It has Quash. That's perfect. Don't need to worry about gender. We'll go ahead and grab that. Let's see how these guys came out. Did this randomly roll Sassy or did I Everstone? This is the one. This is why I Everstoned Sassy. This is awesome. So I Everstoned Sassy and it mid-rolled / like came out. This is usable. That's beautiful. That is so lucky. And this one came out Bashful. I'll have to rebreed that one, but that is pretty quick to fix. So that one's done. That's so good. This one, however, needs another breed. I'm just going to do 25 plus in defense and 31 special defense. I can't worry about nature here, unfortunately, so just grabbing the cheapest with the best. This one's 29. Highest defense stat. I'll just go ahead and grab that. This will be a double brace, so we grab an HP and a defense brace. I go ahead and I defense brace the new Ditto. I HP brace the old Sableye. We head over. Thanks for the follow. What's up? What's up? Looks like this. Oh, I braced it wrong. Special defense. Oops. And that is why you always double check your breeds, because I always say as soon as I start breeding for more than like 30 minutes, I'm bound to make a mistake. And I've done a lot of breeding, as you can see there. I've done a lot of breeding in my lifetime, and it's so easy to just forget something and make a mistake. So we want 31 HP on the Sableye. Special defense of the Ditto. Now it should look like, there we go. 2 times 31, 27 plus defense. Perfect. We're going to let that go through. We're going to randomly roll nature, and then we want to fix the nature after that one. Oh, I have a bunch of Pokeyen to collect that I haven't collected in a long time. Honestly, let's just go ahead and go for it. 400k, whatever. This is going to put me over to 60 mil. That's a cool little milestone, dude. Over 60 million now. Sick. I should be spending some of this. I actually have way too much. As like per yesterday's or whatever's stream recap, I have too much yen. I don't like having this much pure yen on me. It's kind of a waste. It should be out in the world doing something for me. Did this randomly roll careful? That's actually sick. It does need to be rebred though, because the HP is too low. But I can Everstone that. That is really cool. That's actually sick. Okay, cool. All right, so now I want to go ahead and okay, GTL. Let's buy a breeder for this. I'm not gonna go 20. I'm not gonna go 31 HP. Hilariously, I'm just gonna do. This is probably gonna be the cheapest. Weirdly, 13k for that. Maybe it would be cheaper to. There's no way a 2x31 Ditto like this is cheaper. It's quite good though. Let's do like 28 and see 30. It's just so much cheaper to do this. There's a lot of 30 HPs. I like this personally because like I'm gonna medium roll 20 whatever plus if I get a 30 HP one. This is probably what I grab for 14k. Let's go ahead and grab that. So I would go ahead and I guess I am bracing it no matter what, but no, I don't have to brace it. Yeah, what I would do here is I would not pay the extra 10k. I actually wouldn't brace it, and I'm just gonna let it roll. 23 plus. I mean, no, I should brace it. No, I should brace it. I'm being greedy. There's a chance there that I low roll, and it's just 10k. And for me, I'm at 60 mil. Like, it'd be so greedy to not brace it. So there's no reason for it. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Boom, boom. 30, 25 plus, 31. Beautiful, perfect. Careful nature. We'll take that. It's another done Sableye. Wait for this next one. We have one more to hatch to see what we have to work with. I have like 3 full boxes of 2x31 alphas. Is it worth it breeding them up before selling, or should I just put them up? Unironically, you probably will make more money if you breed a bunch of them into 3x31s because, but it depends. It just depends on the egg group, on the gender, etc., etc. So many people just catch alphas and list them, and since most alphas are 2x31, a lot of people just underlist stuff or just quickly list stuff or just like don't think about it as much, and there's less profit to be made there essentially. But when you put work into it, like you definitely, yeah, 3x31 males can be worth more, but it just depends. Like it really does just depend on you can just count stuff beforehand, right? So let's say I'll do it for, let's say you have a female 2x31 alpha Rapidash, right? So field egg group. Let's say it's 2x31. Let's hide female only species. Let's say you have a 2x31 female Rapidash, right? You could sell that for 20k, or you could go buy a male, which is going to be expensive, right? Let's say you go buy a male with like these stats, right? Let's calculate this. You could sell it for 20k, or you could go buy a male breeder for 47k plus braces. So you're doing like plus 20k. Plus the potential cost loss of your breed. So you're spending 87k, but you end up with, and you'd pay for gender, so you pay extra 5k. So like at that point, is it really worth it? You're making, after listing fee, you're making like no money. So like that's an example of like it's probably not worth it. You probably unironically, how fucked is that? You probably do end up just selling the Rapidash for 20k. Because like you would end up spending 92k to make it, and then you'd sell it for 100k. This is why breeding prices usually do make sense. Like this is why things are priced the way they are, because they can always snowball and make more and more. But like you'd have to find, you can just check it. Like that was just an example of like that one probably isn't worth it, but that's an example of like how to check what is worth to breed. You can literally just, the market is so powerful, you can just preemptively check what something will be worth before you're even done the breed, which is so insane, right? Okay, here's our Sableye hatch. 2x31, 25 was really, really beautiful stats, but it is naive, unfortunately. And this is a good example. I should have made this female probably, unfortunately, because now I have to, well, if I can find a female Sableye with similar stats, I can save money, but I probably should have paid for this to be female, because now I have to find a 2x31 Ditto, and that gets kind of expensive, right? Like we could do 25 plus, we could be 1x31 with correct nature. So let's do 31. What nature do we want on this becomes the question. Probably sassy or relaxed, since probably go relaxed, honestly. Probably go sassy or relaxed, since the speed doesn't matter because of prankster. So the cheapest we see there, Sableye is not going to be good for us. Let's check Ditto. Ditto, 6k. It's just, dude, oh my goodness. Good Dittos are so cheap right now. I've been saying this forever, but I'm going to keep saying it, guys. Buy Dittos now while they're cheap. That is so insane, actually. This is a defense brace. So right now I need an HP brace and an Everstone. Everstone goes on the Ditto with the Nature. HP Brace goes on the top Sableye. We go over to the Daycare Man. We check out this breed. This is what it's looking like. 31, 31, 25 plus. Correct nature. Bam, boom. Perfect breed. There we go. This Sableye hatched. It came out careful. We guaranteed everything. Sure. Perfect. That's ready to go. Okay. We have a bunch of Pokemon. A bunch of Pokemon that now need Eevee training. That's where we're at, fellas. We're gonna have 3 Sableyes once this is hatched. We have like 7 Beldums. I say we go breed or go Eevee train a bunch of Beldums is probably the play. I'm gonna let this egg hatch really quick though, and then we'll go do that. Okay, so I know that I have a lot of Metagrosses now, and I know that I have a couple Sableyes. The real question is, how many Reunicluses do I have? Because I don't think I have many. Reuniclus. I only have 1. And I mean, it is good for raids, to be fair. That is a good raid one. Duosian. What's the baby? Why can't I think of the Solosis or whatever? Did I ever breed any Solosis? I need way more Reuniclus. So as much as I want to go Eevee train, I need to train, guys. But as much as I want to go do that, I want to be set up before I go do that. To be fair, we could just we'll do that later, either next stream or a different day. Remind me, chat, I need to breed more Reunicluses. They're super powerful as well, so we'll do Reunicluses a different day. For now, we'll have all of our Beldums and our Sableyes bred, and we'll go ahead and do that a different day. Let's sort these a little bit. It's good to break it up, because I could technically do all of my breeding one day, all of my Eevee training, and then all of my XP training one day, right? But that's gonna melt my brain, right? It's good to do a little bit of breeding, a little bit of Eevee training, a little bit of XP training. You know, mix it up, leave some space to change up your environment. I think it's really helpful. I really enjoy that. Okay, here's our Sableye, relaxed nature, 25 plus, double 31, perfect, beautiful. Okay, now we can put that away. We've got our 3 Sableyes. I need to pull out 5 of the same Metagross. So, or Beldum rather. These are all sassy, careful, sassy. So these all want 252 HP, 250 special defense. This one kind of wants 252 defense at relaxed, but I could just go 252 HP, 252. Okay. These will all be 252 HP, 250 special defense. But then once again, we enter a situation where like not all these guys really want that necessarily. To be fair, I could just, if I'm going to be training 252 HP, 252 special defense anyway, I could just go train one of my Sableyes with those exact stats, honestly. I kind of like that. So let's go ahead and do, I like that a lot, honestly. Well, the problem is a lot of these want to go defensive as well. There seems to be, just in general, I'd love to, there seems to be more physical raids than special attacking raids is the problem, you know? And obviously the goal is to be able to have both taken care of. It's tough. It's a tough mix to get correct. Okay, I think I am going to go ahead and train the relaxed one in 252 HP, 252 special defense. So these 3 will probably end up getting 252 attack. Not the brave one, not get 252 speed, but a lot of these will probably be 252 HP, 252 speed, 252 attack, 252. We'll see. And then, okay, this is the one Sableye that I'm going to train. No, this one. This is the one Sableye I'm going to train specially defensively, and the other 2 will be physically defensively. So, okay, we're going to do that. So we have to go Eevee train now. I'm probably going to go for special defense. I probably do just go Tentacruel. It's good XP as well. I haven't been there in a long time either, so let's go Tentacruel. Tentacruel, Hoenn. Awkward setup. Okay, this is going to be the setup. We're going to be over here at Battle Frontier. Make sure Discharge is my lead move. Okay, good. Right hand on this keyboard, left hand on this keyboard, and then boom, we're gaming. We're XP training on one / Eevee training, and then Shiny Hunting Marill on the other. Gotta learn the keys again. Is the Christmas sleigh a loss? Will it ever go back to 4.5 mil even on Christmas? It will only drop on Christmas. I told people aggressively, hey, like, don't invest in the Christmas sleigh. Seasonal items. To be fair, I think I did tell people to invest in Flaming Motorcycle. How's that doing? Honestly, you're still fine if you did that. Sleigh is not a good investment because they're both seasonal. You shouldn't. Now, the Flaming Motorcycle is unique in that it's a seasonal item, but it's only been in the game for 1 year, so there's still so much like demand for it, and so many people missed it that it still actually does go up in value a ton off of its season, if that makes sense, outside of Halloween. But the Christmas sleigh, I said, like, yeah, that don't buy, like, it's its second year, I think. Don't buy it. It's a total waste. It's a seasonal item. Seasonal items are not investments. They come back to the shop every year. They don't go up in value when they come back to the shop. They go down in value. So this will be at its cheapest. This will be at its most expensive right now in the middle of the year between Christmas or whatever. This will be at its cheapest or during the event. Make sure you got to understand that if you're going to make investments, please make sure you research and study before. I don't want people to lose their money. You know, that's really scary that someone could make that mistake, and mistakes are going to happen. You know, it's hard to prevent everything, but I want to prevent as many mistakes as possible where I want people to know not to invest in seasonal stuff almost always. It's almost a golden rule to like never do it almost. What's something I want to see for the next PokeMMO event? If we were to do like another anniversary event, which I would love to see an anniversary event this summer. I think if we were to get an anniversary event this summer, I'd want to see Johto Alpha starters. That was like likely to come with the 11th anniversary event. That never happened. Johto Alpha starters would be pretty sick. I think introducing like heavy duty boots via an event would be sick. I would love to see like the Gen 6 plus items like Assault Gear added to the game. What else? There's one more I'm forgetting. And then I guess a new legendary trio. People seemed, I don't really care for, like, I don't dislike them, but I'm like neutral to them. But people seem to love legendaries. I've never been a legendary fan, but people fucking love them. The amount of casual player comments the amount of comments I get on my videos where it's like, oh man, I would play PokeMMO, but they don't have legendaries, and what's the point of playing Pokemon without legendaries? And it's like, dude, I feel like you're missing so much for this legendary take. Which is, I mean, fair enough. Everybody has their own opinion, right? People seem to really care about that stuff. So I'd be happy to see a legendary trio if it's for the embedment of the game. Probably the Reggie trio, like Regigigas, Regice, Regirock. Probably the most like competitively end PVM like safe legendary trio to add. I doubt they're gonna be a problem, you know. Do you guys want the real secret strat to make more money in PokeMMO? I was price checking this Eevee, right? And if I were you, I would list this for anywhere from around 380 to 450k. But if you want to actually increase the chance of your Pokemon selling, I would list this for 420.69. Memes have power, memes have influence, and there is decently likely a higher chance that someone will buy your Pokemon because funny number. Very dumb, very silly, also very human. That's what I would list it for personally. Does Power Split Shuckle work for raids? I think the raid boss just shakes off. He shakes off most effects like that within like 3 moves or so. If someone found a way to make Shuckle usable or meta for raids, please hit me up. I would love to hear it. Hey, Patrouski, I want to say thank you so much for the shout out for my video. Dude, of course. What's up, DiscoShiba? DiscoShiba made one of the most in-depth guides I've ever seen for PokeMMO regarding randoms PvP, and I also really like, so you had a preface in your video that I used to give and I try to say, but I don't think that I'm clear enough with it nowadays. So I like that you clarified it super aggressively. And basically in the video, the randoms PvP guide, you said, yes, randoms PvP is a very good way to learn PvP, but you have to remember the mentality and like the thought process of randoms is very different from constructed due to the information you're provided, right? With team preview in like constructed PvP, you're gonna make switches and like decisions a lot differently versus like in randoms. Like in randoms, you might not switch in your belly drum Linoon even at an opportune time because you want to save it because you don't want to give your opponent that information that you have such a powerful threat like that could sweep through the rest of their, like if you don't know for sure or not if they have a ghost type or not, you might want to keep that Linoon in the back or some shit, right? Like it's important things like that. And I like that you explain like basically like, yeah, like if you go into construct, like playing randoms could actually hurt your constructed play if you like play it too much or think too much, or then like don't keep in mind that the mental is different. And I really liked that qualification, and you explained it perfectly. Pat, what's another Pokemon that I can thief until a shiny for a nice profit? I did Lantern and ended up with 1,938 yellow shards and 730 deep scales. Congratulations. My favorite things for Pokemon like that are going to be Heatmore for Flame Orb. You can do Meowth/Ponyta for Amulet Coin, and then Lantern like you did. Yeah. I don't know if there's any more. I know like, I don't know if you can do like Muck/Grimer. for Toxic Orb. I don't know if that actually ends up... Well, he's just Black Sludge and Nugget, but that's even, like, not horrible. I don't know if there's no Muck Hordes, so you can't do it with Muck. Anybody else have any other suggestions? But I'd probably think about... I'd probably do Heatmore and Meowth Ponyta. Okay, we did actually go ahead and finish up Special Defense EVs a little bit sooner than I realized. Okay, this one I already trained 252 HP sometime on accident, so we're going to have to plop that in and then go grab something else. That's still... This is just actually just needs XP training now, which is kind of cool. Is this the one? Yeah, it's the right one. Okay. So which of these... I mean, honestly, all of these Mons need HP, I think. So any of these I could grab. Let's grab this one, for the Brave one, for example. Or I could grab one of the Sableyes in HP. That either way works. Honestly, all of these are totally fine. So let's go ahead and go to... Let's go HP EV training. I could head over to Maril, which is the exact same spot as I'm shiny hunting on my alt. Or I think I actually have a better spot in mind. I kind of want to go Wobbuffet in Cerulean Cave. The only problem with Wobbuffet is that if I get a shiny... If I get a shiny Wobbuffet, it's actually such a scary catch. It's kind of crazy. And I don't even know if I can actually one-shot or kill all the Wobbuffets. Let's go test it. This might be too risky of a spot, but I want to test it. So, Kanto, Cerulean City. You go north, you go heal up here. We're going to head over to the entrance of Cerulean Cave, and I'll show you guys the spot. It's a really good shiny hunting spot, but it's actually a really difficult spot to use to like EV/XP train. Okay, let's test. I don't know if this will kill. I probably can kill the Lickitungs. I don't know if this Pikachu, like bold nature, I'm not even like modest or anything. I don't know if this kills the Wobbuffets. If it doesn't kill the Pikachus, there's no way. Okay, it kills the Lickitungs. That's a good sign. The problem is Wobbuffets are so tanky. They have Shadow Tech. If I can't kill these, I just gotta peace out. I'm gonna try to kill these and see how it goes. I want to try to EV train here if possible because I've shiny hunted here for many times. I do actually one-shot all the Wobbuffets. Dude, Light Ball Pikachu OP. That's shocking, man. I know I'm level 100 and stuff, but I'm Pikachu, and Wobbuffet is like really tanky. Like 58, but not crazy, honestly. But 198. I'm surprised. Honestly, we'll take it. Okay, so we can just cleanly EV train here. That's good news. Is your Suicune EV trained, Pat? I think Rest Talk plus Sub Scald also works for raids. That seems pretty stally, but it is probably a good option if like you just like really need to get a raid done for sure. It's probably a really slow strat, but if it works, it works, you know. I need to just EV train and XP train like all of my legendaries. I call it like all my legends and like barely did anything with them, especially Zapdos. Zapdos was good in raids, so making sure I train my Zapdos, like EV train it and XP train it all the way to level 100 before raids drop. That'll be a must. I think getting it and for those who haven't done that, go train your Zapdos. As Discharge Zapdos was super good, or just Thunder and Discharge Zapdos was super good. In terms of what other legendaries might be good, I don't know. I know Zapdos was good, and then I could see Suicune being good. Other than that, we'll have to see what options we get access to. This is actually a really good and interesting question. So someone said, hey, Pat, you made a video about putting Meowths in the daycare for profit. After EV training them, how much time and Pokeyen will it take? The Pokeyen depends on what level they are when you put them in, what level they are when you pull them out. It's 1k Pokeyen per level. So if you put them in at level 50 and you pull them out at level 100, it's 50k Pokeyen. In terms of how long it will take, XP gained in the daycare depends on how much XP you gain outside of the daycare within that region, right? So I think it's like 10% or 20%, something like that. It's very interesting and unique in PokeMMO. It's not step-based like it was in traditional Pokemon. So let's say you put a Pokemon in the daycare, a Meowth, that needs... Let's say this Meowth needs like 800,000 XP to be level 100. That's a long time, right? It's most of the XP. That's going to take you like... If it's 10%, it's like 8 mil XP earned outside of the daycare. So like that means, I think it might be 20%. So let's say it's 20%. Let's say that means you probably have to level like 4 Pokemon to level 100, like XP training them outside of the daycare. And then essentially you get one passive one for free with the daycare, but to like pay 50k for it. Does that make sense? The daycare is honestly really interesting. Daycare has one issue. It will learn over moves. Yes, the daycare will override moves, which can be a problem, but thankfully you can relearn them with, but obviously at that point it eats into your profits. I still think the daycare can be really good, especially on certain Pokemon, especially depending on the market and stuff. Like with Meowths, like for example, 31. Let's do Meowth 31 attack and speed. Let's do adamant nature, right? So if you go buy a Meowth for 100k, you spend the time to Eevee train it, you put it in the daycare, right? How much do you sell it for at level 100? Let's say it costs you 160k to maybe like 180 at max, right? You're making minimum like 50k profit on that just passively. That's pretty damn good. That's like really solid in my opinion. Having a bunch of those Meowths like trained up and ready. Yeah, Meowth doesn't learn any moves past level 49. That's really cool as well. Like make sure you're just trained up to that point. Like I think there's a lot of room for profit there. Passively having Meowths prepared. If you like, there's so many things like that in Pokemon. If you really like macro prepare a bunch of stuff, it's similar with like discharge Pokemon. Like I don't have discharge Pokemon prepped right now. That's why I'm like kind of losing a little bit of XP and using a level 100 Pikachu, right? But if I did, I could kind of make some money. I may have done this in the past, like training discharge Pokemon while XP training other things passively. Galvantula is just like getting level 100 discharge Pokemon. You kind of make some passive Pokeyen, and that's really cool to do. All right, and there we go. With this surf, that should be HP EVs done on everything. So we can finally go do some actual XP training. And dude, I have a lot of XP training to do. We are going to be entering our fucking grind arc. You guys have seen me grind for shinies, but I need to grind for XP training. So let's go, let's head over to Mount Silver in Johto. By far the best place to do it. We're probably going to pop an XP charm, even if I have to. The cool thing about, so I don't have a whole lot of time today. I am going to have to log out mid XP charm, but that's the beautiful thing about it. If I log out with XP charm, I can still log in like tomorrow for the next stream or whatever and still have access to it. I can just jump right into it. So that'll actually end up being, you know, it's nice that like if you're someone who's really busy, if you can only play 1 hour after work or 30 minutes before work or whatever. I always say, same with like Rich's charms for like gym reruns. You could do half your gym rerun before work, come home, and then do the other half after, which is kind of cool. Hey Pat, I don't get why PokeMMO isn't more popular considering how popular Pokemon is in general. Any thoughts on why this is? It's a mixture of a couple things. Number one, Number one is just lack of advertisement. Like PokeMMO like don't really advertise at all, so they rely on like content creators like me and yourself and others to actually like shout it out to people and get it known to people. A lot of people just don't know it exists. Because most people aren't Googling Pokemon MMO like I was at 13 years old. And then secondly, most people just don't like MMOs, man. Most people don't like, there's a reason why the genre is dying, unfortunately, and I love MMOs, so it hurts to realize that, but most people just don't care about MMOs. Most people don't like grinding, which makes total sense. Like, PokeMMO is a very grindy game. Most people don't want to come home from work and essentially work a second job. That's like, it can be that, right? It doesn't have to be, but it can be. And a lot of people don't like that. I think that's super reasonable, you know, very, very reasonable, right? I think those are the two main ones, like lack of advertisement. And then unironically, ROMs are a barrier. Having to legally provide your own ROMs like we all do, it's a barrier to get into the game. Like like a lot of people don't know how to technologically do that. As silly as that sounds, a lot of kids, I had to help so many people growing up. A lot of kids like and teenagers like don't know how to do that. So it is tough. There's a barrier to entry there that some people don't have the tech understanding of. This sentence like encapsulate, it's actually so real. I put this game off for 10 years because I was intimidated by ROMs, and it took me like 5 minutes to get it going once I figured it out. It's more of a barrier to entry than people realize, which may sound silly to people who've been on the internet for a long time or have like tech understanding. The ROMs and file thing is a bit of a barrier. Friends didn't want to play due to it. Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't get into PokeMMO just because of that reason, unfortunately, but it's also the reason why it's able to exist. So it's a rough necessity. Okay, I did remember, to be fair, I actually can only XP train 4 Pokemon at a time here, unfortunately, because I have to use my special attack in Rampardos. Gotcha. Okay, so let's put one of these Pokemon away. Let's just put the Sableye away for now, so I can I'll just do 4 Metagross because it looks nice. But yeah, so at this location in Johto, it's the best place to XP train in the entire game. The only downside is you have to use a very specific special attack in Rampardos to kill the Hordes, because you need Mold Breaker to push through Donphan's Sturdy, and you also have to do enough damage. It's a weird thing. There's not many like Mold Breaker special attacking Pokemon. I think you might also be able to use Haxorus, to be fair, but I just use I love Rampardos. So I have a special attack in Rampardos here. You head over here, you go right here, Surf should be the first move. We have our re-amplifier active. I'm gonna go ahead and pop an XP charm, probably 100%. I have a lot of XP training to do, so 100% charm active. I'm gonna go through the Pokemon really quick for those who haven't seen them or don't know. We have a relaxed Matang, 5 times really good stats, 31 speed. What's up, Mew? Thank you for the sub, dude. I'll thank you properly in a quick second. Another Metagross. Now this one's more of a PvP Metagross that I also just happened to use during raids. I repurposed it for raids. So 20 plus and everything. It's supposed to be mixed, but I made it not. For being mixed was bad for raids, like in terms of mixed attacks. So I didn't do that. And then there's this one. Sorry, moving over off. You probably can't see off screen. Sorry about that. Careful nature, 2v2. A lot of these are special defense. HP and special defense. I'm gonna put iron defense on like all of these to like just turbo set them up. And then this one is they're all very similar. 31 speed, careful nature. 2v2 HP, 2 for special defense. There we go. Now we're just gonna straight up XP train here. We get a lot of XP per. Let's see how much we get. We should get like a ton of XP per battle. So we're getting like 1400 plus, so it's like 2800. We're getting like 2800 plus 300 plus 600 plus like 700 there. So calculator. 2800 plus 700 per Pokemon across 4 Pokemon. So we're getting 14,000 XP per horde at this location in total. Disgusting. What's the most recent generation item PokeMMO has? I think Assault Vest. I think Assault Vest is like the most recent that we got within the past year or so. It's still quite new to the game. I still haven't used Assault Vest, Electros, and NU, which I really want to do at some point. Yo, Pat, thanks for the content you provide. Really getting into Pokemon recently. All your videos have been amazing. Thanks for the kind words, dude. Just finishing Kanto and started getting into breeding and messing with Eevees and Ivies. I would say, like, my favorite, underrated, under-talked about thing is how just, like, so many people get introduced to Eevees and Ivies because of PokeMMO. I know that's how I found out about them. That's how I was introduced. Was Eevees and Ivies. So Generation 6, I guess in terms of items, Generation 6 is the most recent, but we also have like, we literally have Gen 9 DLC update changes. Like when Torterra got access to Shell Smash in the Scarlet and Violet DLC, we got that as well. Do you have a favorite region? Personal, but yeah, I like Kanto and Unova. Probably Kanto for nostalgia. How many Pokemon you can catch from a swarm? There's 4 spawns you have the opportunity to catch. Okay, I will say, it is now 12:07 p.m. I have exactly 23 minutes to go shower and get ready for a meeting with my wedding venue. So I do have to peace out. I'm like ending stream today at noon as opposed to going live at noon, which is very funny. But shout out to those who made it to the early stream. Sorry if you missed it. Hopefully the stream recap is entertaining and covers everything. If you did, like this video if you enjoyed it. It helps me drastically. Dislike if not. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like this. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. Bro saw me and dipped. I love you, Spidget. Have a great day. If you want to go above and beyond, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, PayPal/Venmo donations really do make a huge difference. Thank you all for watching at the end of the day. Hope you're having a great day. Play PokeMMO, have fun. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno. Hey, thanks so much for watching the entire video all the way to the end. I really appreciate that, and I hope it was a positive asset to your day. And I also want to quickly say extra thank you to everybody whose name is on this list and goes above and beyond and allows me to do what I do. Thank you very much. Have a good one.